Papa Echo November, good afternoon.
Pretty sky, turning blues, and my pals silly like silly you always be, silly you always be. Girl, gather round, let's make snow. Kill you boys. Gather round, let's make a little noise. Everything happens on Tuesday. This time. Everything happens on Tuesday in this time. Everything happens on Tuesday. Jane almost got the name out of boost. With the rain, silly like a goose. Silly one. Gather round, we'll make us a little noise. Everything happens on Tuesday. Boys. Gather round, let's make us a little noise. Everything happens on Tuesday. Everything happens on Tuesday. Everything happens on Tuesday. Everything happens on Tuesday. Silly always be. Silly you 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 always be.
All right. Yeah, oh man. Remember that last show? Woo.
I'm back in my body, back behind my eyes. I'm back in control. I'm ready to drive back behind the wheel. Are you ready to ride on into a field off road, into the night, into the night, into the night, into the night.
Oh yeah, man. That last show, I had a blast. Don't get me wrong, but if for those that weren't watching the very last show, last Thursday night, trash night, nothing worked right. Nothing worked right at all. I mean, everything worked wrong. Redemption. American Night Owl is filmed before a live webcast audience. And that's you. That's you. Yeah. Hey there. Hey. Good to see everybody. Oh man, how about that theme music? Discovered that old track from Kutch, the guy that designed the Holler and Hope artwork. I found a track on an old hard drive that he made years ago of his version of Silly Like a Goose. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. And yeah, we got new theme music for Tuesday nights now. Welcome to the show. That's right. That's how we roll. So yeah, I mean, last Thursday, nothing was working right. I think I got most of it figured out though. Had a great weekend, went camping, went to Moomaw Lake. Very beautiful place. Family and friends galore. Music was made. We were swimming and cooking all kinds of food. It was the torrential downpours almost drowned in our tents. The whole works. The adventure, the love. Saul's birthday, my brother-in-law's his birthday. And we celebrated that. You should have seen Cather out there keeping that fire going in the rain so we could cook Saul his birthday steak and make the corn. She made a really good corn dish. She had to grill the corn. We had the fire going. The rain was just coming. She was out there with a broken umbrella for about 45 minutes, protecting that fire. It was a really fun weekend and a really good place to go with it for a boy like me who just got a new camera for Christmas. My new toy. My first real fancy camera I've ever owned in my whole life. I always loved, documenting things and taking pictures and making movies. But now this is the first time I'm really going down the rabbit hole of learning stuff every day, learning new things. Color grading, here we come. I got a lot to learn about color grading, but saw a pretty awesome video on YouTube earlier that inspired me. I bought one of those color palettes that you hold in front of the camera like that so you can color grade it right. I actually understood what he's talking about. Again, mind blown how similar music how similar all things are, how everything's connected. That's my endless fascination. But in this instance, music recording and video and photo editing, all that stuff is so similar. when it comes down to the math of it, it can all be depicted in waveforms too. And you got low, mids, and highs, and you got reds, greens, and blues, and you can see those on they look the same. I'm like, am I in music editing software here, learning how to color grade? Is that what's going on? This histogram, I've seen you a million times. It's the same stuff. That was like my original individual revelation, I think, in college. I mean, I had lots of eureka moments, but like I just remember so distinctly, like sophomore in college, walking through the campus thinking they're teaching me the same thing in every class. It's the same thing over and over. It's math in different clothes or something. Why? Well, that's just another way of putting it, isn't it? Right, so that's just another way of putting it, right? Pickle King, good to see you. He says, I'm deep in color grading myself. Eureka, represent. It's so beautiful. What I loved was that I was watching this thing, and, he had one of those color palettes, and he was turning it and all this stuff like that. And then he went into the software, Final Cut Pro, that I use as well, and matched the footage to the colors on the color that he held up and just took some footage of, And as he did it, I was like, I see what you're doing. I get it. I ordered one right away. It's coming. I was trying to get this footage of, we have a family of wrens living on our front porch. Super sweet wrens. And so today I was trying to get some footage of them. Now we have a big mystery as well, because holy moly, something weird happens. But when I get my thing, when I have the shot set up, I'll hold up the little color palette in there, and then I can balance all the colors. I get it. I can't wait to do it. I'm excited. I see what you're saying. Would you look at that? God, I need another way of saying that ever since I realized I stole that from that funny comedy shtick. Well, would you look at that? But really, though, would you look at that? Can you believe that? Maybe I'll just do that. That was my granddad's. Can you believe that? Now, can you believe that? Now, wait, now, here comes the mystery. Here comes the freaking mystery. Watch this thing. It goes in. Oh, wait, this is it. It goes in, but watch what it comes back out with. So one of the adults stays in there, and the other one goes and gets stuff. I think the one that stays in there decides who's next in line. I guess I can cut that down a little bit. All right, here comes the mystery. Are you ready for the mystery? All right, it goes in. Now watch, it comes out with, what is this? Doesn't it look like a baby bird? I don't think it is. I think it's an illusion. Catherine and I did some investigation. She thinks it's a fecal sac. I still don't know what that is. We're going to have to ask Dad about this. Did you see that, though? Can you believe that? A fecal sac. What? We have so many questions. But if you look at it, it looks like a little baby bird. It looks like its head's wiggling. It looks like it has eyes. You need to see that again, don't you? I know you do. All right. Here you go. I won't play the whole thing. I'll skip ahead once I figure out how. My buttons aren't working. Really? It's because my camera footage is so awesome. It's crushing it. All right, here we go. All right, watch closely. Go full screen, folks. Go full screen. Get ready. It's coming. It's coming. Get ready, folks. All right, going in. Here it comes. Back out with what? What? Wait a second. Zoom in on that. Yep. What is that? Fecal sacs. Discuss. Enlighten me. We should get Percy. Let's ask. Let's see if Percy knows. All right, Percy. Define fecal sacs. I guess it wouldn't be one word. Yeah. I had a feeling you wouldn't have a hit on that. Well, good. Once you know something, you can't ever unknow it. That's why I think, talking to people can be really dangerous. You can't unknow stuff. You're stuck with everything you know. I mean, you can try to forget it, but even if you sever your access to it, it's still in you. It's still there. And that access could return at any point in time. You don't know. You can't run from what you know. It's in there. It's always in there. So people can really, infect you with ideas, with knowledge, with lies. I guess lies stay in the brain the same way facts do. Because you don't know. How do you know? I mean, if you believe things that turned out to be lies before, didn't that stick in the brain the same way? The brain can't tell. It has to hold it all. Like each is equally important. All right, here we go. Carl's getting us some info. A fecal sac, also spelled fecal sac, is a mucous membrane, generally white or clear, with a dark end that surrounds the feces of some species of nesting birds. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Absolutely right. Yep. Kudos. That completely explains it. That explains it. And for those just tuning in, let's see. This is a glimpse of a fecal sac I caught today with my camera. Many of you probably did not know this existed, but we still have questions. Does that mean they poop in a sack? Do the baby birds poop in a sack and then the mom goes and empties it like I do the compost every Tuesday night? Is that what's going on? What we still have questions, but this, I believe, there's confirmation that this is, folks, what we're seeing here is a fecal sac. Here we go. I skipped ahead. The nestling usually produces a fecal sac within seconds of being fed. Oh my goodness. Oh, so every time they poop, it goes in the sac? All right, here we go, folks. You probably want me, I'll pause it for you this time. I'll pause it for you. There it is. Look at it. Look how it's wiggling, though. It's such an illusion. Oh, I didn't pause it soon enough. Look at that. That has got to be what it is. What a perfect illusion. It looks like a bird head, doesn't it? I can even see the beak. I see the eyes. Wow. Who knew? I'm going to ask Dad about this. He'll have some insight. Fecal sac. Yep. Sure enough. That's crazy. Check this out. Cosmic Magpie tie-dye t-shirt. I got your gift today. Thank you so much. I think it's really awesome. Let me get this microphone out of the way. I love this. That band right there. Can you believe that? All right, this failed entirely on Thursday night. But I see the light blinking. It's now sending a clock to the pedal, and it's already working better than Thursday night. And we're back, folks. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And, you know, everybody watching out there, Cosmic Magpie Tie-Dye has a whole line now of Hippie Fiasco television shirts, Holler and Hope album covers, the whole other shirts. Get you one of those. I guess I should check my tuning. I just remembered I went camping. Let your lover down. You're wise beyond your years. No one that love with wings flies beyond your tears. And no one buys a love with wings, not even the king of the underground. No, they just come in time when you never let your lover down. When you never let your lover down. That's them's wings. Oh, that's how you fly around. Human error, human error. Well, never let your lover down, and healthy and wealthy's yours. Ain't nothing you can't have, ain't nothing you can't cure. It's like the Taj Mahal, it's just any old diving town. You never hit when you fall, when you never let your lover down. When you never let your lover down, that's gold. If you never let your lover down, then you never grow old. Will drag you across the ground, deep into the ocean, where everybody's bound to drown. But if you never let your lover, if you never let your lover down, you just watch the world dance. If you stand together, then you stand a chance, and a chance is all you need to wrap your arms around the dreams that come true. When you never let your lover down, never let your lover down. Them's wings, never let your lover down. That's how you fly around. Slideshow folder I can go to anytime. It's set to random. Never know what's going to come up next. I like it. that, Thursday. Take that. Wha-bam. Good to see you. Hey, Ben. Magpie, Carl, looking good. Noah, good to see you. Tina, Aaron, Robin, everybody. Everything happens on Tuesday. Although I heard reports the stand was pretty shut down out there. I don't know, that's what I hear. I hear it was hard to find a soda pop out there. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Stan? Rise and shine, sleepyhead. I don't know. Well, next Tuesday, I'm sure they'll all. That's because they're already resting up for next Tuesday, I guess. Football, soccer, etc. Hello, welcome to the show, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Swaby. You're all so beautiful. Well, what should we do? I don't know. Who knows? How do you know if you know? I know one thing. Whenever I think I know something, I say, well, you know, yeah, but look what's telling me that. American Night Out.
I can't believe all I've seen is over. I can't believe how beautiful it's been so far. So far. I rode the road, New York to San Francisco. Took 10 years to make it to the Shenandoah. Quite a few cars, quite a few cars. Now I'm driving to the radio, dancing with the rabbits on this stretch of country road. Lost in Lorraine. Oh, I'd be there, but there's a party just down the way. Tonight I feel like playing. Tonight I feel like playing. Oh, and Daniel's gonna be there, that's such a good feeling. I bet Dad's laughter is gonna shake the ceiling. See what I'm saying? On this stretch of country road, rolling, rolling, rolling. the highway. No one around here could ever know how good I was at that, but I'd miss them more. I'd miss them more. Who knows, I might meet a girl that wants to go somewhere. Well, now I could take her there, that's for sure, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. And now I'm driving to the radio,
Dark Czar.
and dancing with the rabbits on this stretch of country road. Rolling home. Rolling home. Rolling home. Rolling home. Thank you.
Where's the audio for this commercial? Can y'all hear that? I can't hear it. But the meter's moving. The meter's moving. Can y'all hear that? Yeah, wasn't that beautiful? Yay. Yeah, isn't that a nice rolling home? You know what's sort of fascinating about that nice rolling home? Can y'all hear that audio? The meters are moving. Puppets, Friday night. Friday night, get right with puppets. Get your puppets ready. Dust off your old ones, make a brand new one. Convince your dog it's a puppet. Friday night, get right. Lex is coming over. The whole other's gonna do it up. And puppets in the disco. Yeah. Yum. Can y'all hear the audio for that? Other commercial. Ridiculous. I hear that. I hear that. Oh yeah, I hear that. American Night Out. Yeah, I don't. What do y'all think of this new color scheme? So, yeah, you know, one thing is fascinating about that's a really good, if you saw at the end of the video there, it shows the credits for the Davis song. I forget what year that was. Maybe, well, I could probably find out, but I can't remember when it was. But, it was at the Ten Angel in Philadelphia. And I think that's available, like in archive.org or something. I don't know. It's out there. It exists. But my dog, Frog, the namesake of Frogville Studios, died. I found out that he died the day of that show, and I just went in, and I didn't have any of that bounce. I wasn't trying to pep up the audience. The music to me was just a catharsis and a healing experience, and you know, the I don't even want to say irony. It's just beautiful. But I was thinking about it last night when I was making a video and listening to that track about, you know, just what an open wound I was, but how beautifully the music flowed through that opening. And my ego was out of the way. I didn't care about any of the little things. I didn't care about what people were thinking about me or any. I just didn't have time for any of that. I was just so devastated that my companion was gone, but then the music that I made that night was like better than I've ever played in my life, and that duality sort of haunts me in a way. You know, it's sort of the old conundrum of the blues, things like that. It's like, without a certain amount of pain, you're not going to write that song. It's just true. And a lot of people's struggles and stuff build such character, and it's just hard to even imagine one without the other. And but then again, you'd never wish it on somebody, or would you? If you knew a young person that wanted to be a songwriter, would you wish pain upon them? I think if I was really interested, if I really thought they had the potential to make songs I really needed or wanted to hear, I'd probably secretly wish it selfishly. Something like that. It's so confusing. Yeah, there's a video that's been around for a long time since then of a Tin Can Coffee Cup that's also from that same night. What is it? 10 Alley, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For sure. But I've experienced that a couple other times. When Pip died recently, our beloved cat, I sat down at the piano, just sort of crying with the piano, and made a piece of piano music I could never ever do again. And I can't even really play piano, but it was really just emotional healing. And the music is just like no other. If I could conjure that, I'd be unstoppable. If I had that, I think that's why so many geniuses, like why so many people damage themselves so much too, with drugs or excess, whatever it was, just like trying to keep that wound open. No, it wasn't. I didn't write a song. I wish I wasn't writing in that Pip music. I was just playing the piano to like stop from thinking about her for a second. It's just like, and I don't know, I just played. But the way I played it, it was like I don't know. It was. I didn't hit any bad notes. I didn't really wonder what to do next. I just played. I just cried with the piano. Well, you can tell a lot of our favorite songwriters kept the wound open. Terrified of healing. But if they did somehow manage to, then they'd turn their story to the scar and try to live dangerously enough to get wounded again. Oh yeah, we did lose Pip. I got a crazy story about that. Well, remind me someday to tell you the story of Jam Cruise the year Pip died. I guess that was. They didn't do it this year because of COVID, but it was the last Jam Cruise I was on with Willie T. Taylor and the Rainbow Girls. And we did it. I hear you, Magpie. Much love. But see, all right, so when I invited the Rainbow Girls on Jam Cruise, I hardly knew them at all. We had a lot of the same friends. And we were all at La Sierra Hoedown together, and just listening to them play, I just knew they would be perfect. And so I asked them if they were going Jam Cruise, and it was them and Willie T. Taylor and myself. And so we're there. We're like on night 3, and I get into this. I get really mad at somebody, and I see this terrible side of myself, and I'm like. A little drunk, and I'm just sort of like, I'm just shaking, and I'm like saying too many things, and just like I just couldn't believe the audacity. I was very upset. That's a different story. We don't need to even tell that one. But then I was just like, so And I think a lot of it had to do with like because Pip died, and I just really didn't have any patience for anything but the most loving, open, profound, holding. I don't know how to describe it, but I had a short fuse, I guess. And so then we come back, and so Willie starts singing this song called "Damn Good Dog" that he has. It's a really great song, and it's a great sing along. It's a great way to honor a fallen canine comrade, and but he's like, hey, let's change it to that damn fine cat, and usually I guess people make up verses, and so we're doing the song, and he's like, why don't you make up a verse? I was like, I don't think I can. And so then I started to sing something about how she would always, same time every night, start curling up, squishing into my feet, curling into my feet over and over again by the island in the kitchen, like clockwork, every night. And so I started singing about it, and I couldn't, just the memory of it completely flooded me, and I just got into this big argument, and I was just like emotionally raw as hell, and I just started bawling. The Rainbow Girls are all there. We don't know each other that well, but it's like night 3, so we're soldiers together. We've been in this foxhole for 3 nights now, so anything for each other, whatever it takes. We do anything for each other at that point. We were in the fight together. So they were all beautiful and supportive and like, oh my God. So then, like, as I'm coming out of the tears, I'm trying to get myself back together. I'm like, we need an easy song. And the song that came to me to sing was Back in 15 Minutes. And I was like, this makes sense. I'm back. Okay, let's get back. And it was just 15 minutes of crazy release. And so I start singing Back in 15 Minutes. And about halfway through the first verse, the Rainbow Girls start freaking out and screaming and like hugging each other and like, oh my God. Apparently, a friend of theirs had been singing that song for years, and they had no idea that I wrote it. They knew that song really well. It like reminded them of home, and they realized they'd spent the last 3 days in the foxhole with the dude that wrote it. And it was this wonderful revelation for them, and it was this wonderful, happy moment for me on such a awesome level. And we were back, and then we sang songs till the sun came up. I could have cried so many different ways telling that story. There's so many ways to cry. I guess I have to sing the song now, too. I wasn't planning on it, but here we are. The old harmonica holder from above. I get a strange feeling, one that won't let me go, that the sky's about to open, steal me away, close. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong. With this smoke, there's a motel burning. There's fire in the eyes of the musician. And the road is hopefully forever turning, like the world is spinning. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, hell, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong. St. Peter, here's all my money, let's just forget you saw me. Just put me back in what I had on. And we'll blame it on dreams and running, whoa, from the new day, from the new dawn. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Everybody. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes, right or wrong. Sorry, I just had to step out towards the ceiling. Had some unfinished business upstairs. Shouldn't take long at all. A wild man like me with a couple of squares. Back in 15 minutes, write a letter. Back in 15 minutes, write a song. Back in 15 minutes, write a novel. Back in 15 minutes. Back in 15 minutes. Back in 15 minutes. Not 15 minutes. I thought about trying to do a 15-minute jam right there, but whew, I'd pass right out. Got a new one I'm working on here. What harmonica would work? I'm right behind the times, fast as I can go, never catching up. Even as a child, I was already old. I was never on the cusp. So if I'm in the lead, oh, you best believe I'll be going back. So So don't follow me unless you need to stay on track. I'm not about to think what's never been thought. I'm still all about the wheel. I'm not a fancy drink. I wish, but I'm not. I'm straight from the still. So if I'm in the lead, oh, you best believe I'll be going back. So don't follow me unless you need to stay on track. Was it ever said? Was it on a grill? Was it written on a wall? 'Cause if it never was, I probably never will. Fly far, friends, fly or fall. And if I'm in the lead, oh, you best believe I'll be going back. So don't follow me unless you need to stay on track. No, don't follow me unless you need to stay on track. Haven't completely figured out how that one goes yet. Something like that. I'm gonna take a drink of my drink. Be right back. American Night Out. See, I can't hear this audio either. Can you hear that? The meter's going. What is going on here? I feel like I've had this happen before. What did I do to fix it?
Let's knock your way out of it. It's fine.
Baby, Bongo and people are wrestling to music.
It's super cute. Christiana. Percy.
That might have been.
2000.
All right, that's a take. We got it. Good work. Nice job. Yeah, well done. A Cosmic Magpie tie-dye t-shirt. Oh my God, it's so good. Just, would you look at that? Just look at that. Sour to the people.
Cosmic Magpie tie-dye. Cosmic Magpie tie-dye. Cosmic Magpie tie-dye. Cosmic Magpie tie-dye.
Breaking news here at Hippie Fiasco Rides Again headquarters. We now have a hotline. That's right, folks. 540-999-1712. That's 540-999-1712. Call anytime, day or night, and leave a message. I will use these messages to inform the show. You can ask a question, tell us a joke, start a conversation, make a noise. Hotline! Hotline, folks. 540-999-1712. Have fun with it. I know I will. You can rant if you want. Go off. Get it out. Turn it loose. Hotline! I always said that the moment that the news started saying, we want to know what you think, was the end of civilization. But now here I am. I want to know what you think. I really do. We have a hotline, 540-999-1712. Hey, if it's the end of civilization, we might as well get all this out. Up, up, and away. 540-999-1712. Read us a poem. If you really get into character, I got puppets all over the place. I'd be happy to put a puppet to your teleplay, to your radio drama. Call the hotline, 540-999-1712. You know, I know what I would do without you, and I don't want to do it anymore. Call the hotline, 540-999-1712. It's big news, folks. You should blink that. There you go. Yeah. That's some blinkable material right there. Hotline, 540. What is it? 999-1712. That's right. You got it. You got it. All right. Looking forward to hearing from you. Do it. Do it. A Cosmic Magpie tie-dye t-shirt. Oh my God, it's so good. American Night Owl. Got the next level. Leveled up in the mail today. This is my badass stripe right here. Right there. Bam. Well, geez. We're already at the hour. We did it. You gotta find a leaving song. So Dad is looking to do OK Google It every other Wednesday. He says he needs that long to come up with good questions. Wednesday sneaks up. Time goes faster. The older you get, kids, the older you get, the faster time goes, which doesn't make any sense. It does actually. I mean, it makes, once you think it through, you can sort of realize why that phenomenon happens. But still, it's an illusion, and it's defies what you would think. What you would think. You would think as you slow down, everything would seem to slow down with you. That time would move slower to you as you slow down, but it doesn't work that way. As you slow down, time appears to go way faster. Because, yeah, I mean, for many different reasons. One of them being, one of the big ones being that you don't do as many things. So there's not, everything you do marks time, and each time you mark time, you break it into smaller chunks. Whereas, if you don't do a lot of things, then it all sort of blurs together. A young person is like, well, this week I went, I did this, I mean, they're just going. But the memory doesn't even get to break it doesn't, time isn't marked. It's this markless. I don't even know why it's making me laugh. I'm not even saying what I'm sort of paraphrasing something I read years ago that like just rang that bell in my heart. I was like, bingo. I mean, that explains that. But, the person was an extremely talented writer and knew what he knew and knew that he knew it. I was just reading that. I was like, how do you do it? How do you know? How do you know? I mean, some things you know because it works. See, that's the knowledge that we all love and we should never underestimate. And really the bulk of education and things like that can really be based around what I would call practical knowledge. There's practical knowledge. If I stick this cake in this oven at 350 degrees and leave it in there for 40 minutes, I don't even know. I should have used an analogy that I actually know. But see, it's a good example because I don't really know the right answer. But I imagine there's a certain amount of time and a certain temperature where that cake will be good. If you pull it out before then, it's going to still be liquid batter. And if you pull it out too much after then, it's going to be a burnt up, ugly, undelicious mess. And so that's a thing. Like right there. Like that's practical knowledge. It's all about application. There's a billion things that you can do in this life, and I mean, there's just so many things. You can fix watches. You can code. You can be a mechanic. You can be a chef. You can be a farmer. You can be anything that you decide to do. You can be a photographer. But anything that you decide to do, there's going to be this wealth of knowledge out there for you to become that. And you're going to need to know these things. There's a lot of things you're going to need to know. And, at the end of the day, once you become a professional, once you've done it 1,000 times, then you'll know, and you could have an apprentice and teach them the things you know. Now, I'm not saying that the apprentice isn't going to grow up to overcome the master, maybe, the teacher, and be like, oh, you did it wrong all these years. I've innovated it. I've changed the rules on you. But still, it's important. Each step of that relationship was very important for all that to happen. And if it's an honest revelation and it defeats the idea that came before it, if it's really an improvement, it's usually another way of doing it. It's not suddenly that the cake in the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes suddenly becomes wrong. That's never. But they might prove that, like, well, but nowadays we put it in at 500. for 5 minutes, and then 200 for 20 minutes, something like that. You know, they might change the style, but they haven't changed that practical knowledge. But a cake in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes will stop at that midway point between liquid and burnt crisp. Practical knowledge. Oh, you want to turn that bolt? You're going to need this size wrench. You're going to need a wrench that looks like this. Try to do it with any of the others. They won't work. It's practical knowledge. I like practical knowledge because you can test it in your own field. You know, like if you get some bad practical knowledge on how to cook a dish or how to fix something and you end up breaking it because the advice was bad, you know, that becomes you can trial and error it and be like, you know what, they're right. It works. It works. That's the bingo. That's the bingo. It works. And that's knowledge, practical knowledge that is important. I mean, everybody has a lot of that to learn. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out how to record an acoustic guitar. Take a picture of a flower. And I'm learning stuff all the time. All I do is like look for teachers to teach me the next thing I need to know. And that's what's so funny about like all the arguments that we have on the social media these days, and you see all the bickering and fight. It's always over impractical knowledge. It doesn't necessarily service no matter how you slice it. It's impractical knowledge. You can't prove it. You're never going to have an it works bingo moment necessarily. People arguing about stuff that they can't prove themselves, that they can't apply to real life. They can't see it work. They can't be satisfied. They can't be grateful. And they're turning blue in the face. And, you know, it's the stuff they start arguing over. It's like lovers' quarrels, you know. You just get to the point where, like, this thing's going to have to blow. It's just not healthy. We need a blowout so we can make up or something. This is just not healthy. So you just pick something ridiculous and start fighting. It's a lot darker than that on social media, but there's a similar dynamic to it. But, you know, even if they do try to pick something that seems like it still wouldn't be even if it's like historical, that doesn't make it practical knowledge. Just because it was true, just because something happened doesn't mean that that's practical knowledge. It's still probably impractical knowledge. Then, I mean, and thank you, Einstein. Thank you for saying stuff Einstein would never say and pretending it's important, because I can't take that into my backyard and go bingo. Did so-and-so do that? Or was that so-and-so person tried for treason or, or whatever? But then you get in, like, there was this debate I watched today about, was Stonewall Jackson, he was treasonous? Well, he was never charged with treason. Well, somebody bought off the court, and, you know, like arguing about like, oh, anybody cares. And but at the same time, I imagine if all right, so they got into this heated debate about this, whether it was dismissed or what, you know, he was the one person that got charged with treason, Jefferson Davis, apparently. And then it either got thrown out of court. There's the stories that he bought off the court and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, say here on the show tonight, we decided to crack this case. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Did he do it or not? Or was he charged or not? Did he bribe the court or not? You think we'd definitively figure it out? I don't don't know. I mean, maybe we'd stumble onto some actual records. I don't know, but we'd be on the internet too. It would be an interesting exercise. I can't say whether or not we would get to the end of it and be like, okay, that's what, we could have a consensus, but I'm not sure. There's just so many things. There's so many things. The things that we fight over a lot of times, we pick them just because nobody can prove it otherwise. So COVID was a perfect storm for that. So many things have been a perfect storm for that. And they, but I think the reason that people pick those topics and those subjects to debate about isn't necessarily because they probably do, but it's still more like nature at play here or something. I mean, those are chosen because they're impractical, almost unknowable things posing as knowledge. Unprovable. It's just like and it's an interesting image just came to my head, which is fascinating to me. I was like, if you wanted to get two dogs to fight, you throw one steak in there. Now I'm completely veering off course here, but I'm going to say this before I move on. Look for this leaving song, but you throw if you want to get two dogs to fight, you throw a steak out there, right? You don't throw hundreds. You don't pour abundance. You don't dump a bucket full of steaks. That wouldn't work. You dump a whole bucket full of steaks, they're happy dogs just eating steak. You throw a steak out there, you got your fight. Well, let's see. Let's see what's in the old request. Percy, where are you? Here, boy. Did I spell it right? Yep. With Brian Elijah Smith. Hey. Oh my goodness! Look at little baby Percy. Oh, there's action in the disco. I saw that. Let's see. Percentage sign requests. Shortcut R for short. Dear Puppeteer. Wrong about the blue. Well, that sort of fits in with what we were talking about. All right. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll have a fresh review of the movie Quiet Place 2. I think that's what it's called. No spoilers. Don't tell me anything. Give you my hot take tomorrow night on American Night Owl. I'm Nathan Moore. You're beautiful. Be silly. Be honest. Always trust your cape. Definitely be an update coming soon on the fecal sack as well, of course. I know. You're eager to know. If you take anything from this show, if you learned anything here tonight, kids, just remember, fecal sack. All right, I was going to do some hotline stuff.
Well, hey there.
Hey, it's
I
Ethan.
just wanted to call in. Ethan Hawkins here. Just wanted to call in and say I friggin' love your show.
Aww.
Even though I don't get to tune in very often. I think this is a great thing you're doing, and I'm going to send you some poems
Poems.
and stuff, but I was thinking about you now, so I'm just leaving you a message. I love you!
Love you
Bye.
too, Ethan. See you Saturday. And I'm going to use one of the poems you called in with as our leaving poem tonight. Oh, Noah called again. Let's see what Noah had to say. You still out there,
Hey,
Noah?
Nathan, this is Noah in Austin, Texas. I'm calling today because I would really like to hear you play, if you haven't already done so in the last couple of days that I've missed. Who Can Blame Them? Of course, that's on Breakfast Epiphanies. And this is one song that does not have the lyric sheet, so it took me a couple of days to put aside the time and sit down and really get the lyrics down accurately. And I've got them here, so with no interruption, here it goes. I'm just listening to lovers and waning like the round light. I'm just asking older faces. They just close in like the quiet. Two lips were shaken by the wind of what was spoken. Now I'm dancing like a ship above all that is sunken. And I feel sorry for those who had to drown, swallowing the gutter down and spilling all that change. But who can blame them? Who can blame them? The sirens sang. I'm just walking slow and loving that the road goes forever. I'm just thinking of my friends out there. Somewhere we're together. I wrote a story about a boy who let his guard down on the back of a poster from when the circus came to town. And I feel sorry for those who really try. I don't feel sorry for those who really try at least a little bit to die. And they're out there making all that love. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? No one above. And there's an exquisite harmonica solo. And then it goes like this. I'm just kicking around a tin can, wondering if I'm good. Just another dreamer, wondering if I could. Time won't make me torn and crazed. I guess you could say I'm good that way. And I feel sorry for the dreamless as they rise. Their dreams just pass them by. And now they're wasting all that time. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? It's not up to you or I. Thank you and God bless. Good night.
I'm just listening to lovers waning like the round light. I'm just asking older faces, they just closing like the quiet. I wrote a story about a boy who let his guard down on the back of a poster from when the circus came to town. And I feel sorry for those who had to drown, swallowing the gutter down and spilling all their change. But who can blame? Who can blame? The sirens sang. I'm just walking along and thinking about the road goes forever. I'm just thinking about my friends out there somewhere. We're together. Two lips were shaken by the wind of what was spoken. Now I'm dancing like a ship above all that has sunken. But I don't feel sorry for those who really try, at least a little bit to die. They're out there making all that love, and who can blame them? Who can blame? No one but gummy bear juice. Yeah, the note that's missing is always the one I need. It must be the note I play the most that I lose first. Oh, it's a rough pill to swallow. Where were we? Just kicking around the tin can, wondering if I'm good. I'm just another dreamer, wondering if he could. Time won't make me torn and crazed, so I guess you could say I'm good that way. And I feel sorry for the dreamless as they rise. The dreams just passed them by, and now they're wasting all that time. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? It's not up to you or I. Well, I messed it up a little bit, but I remembered it. Thank you so much, Noah. What a wonderful thing. You know, these songs are eternally grateful to you for your ears and your heart, all of you. See you tomorrow night. Ethan, you got that poem ready?
A boat too large in the midst of an ocean, millions aboard unaffected by motion of water or seas or Zeus on his mountain, only glimpses at times of hell from the heavens. As you sit on that mantle feeling the weight for loved ones in peril, a moment so fragile, a puppy dog poet barks at the gate and howls in sorrow and lays at your feet. I'm sorry, my friend, 'twas not in the knowing. Bears no excuse the proof in the bowing, and a terrible use of language in raising uncomfortable me to one so amazing. We must shy from the seeking to bear burdens alone, for my heart fills to bursting at the grace that you've shown, and the love for the music that both of us own, show pride for the works that both of us done. I got that one right, damn it.
Yeah, you did. Perfect. Go get 'em, Tigers.